Rich girl deliberately faked poverty to be with me. Purpose, it's just to see if I'm greedy for her money. And her final test. I can't believe it. I spent the 100 million I saved to save my grandmother's life. Look at the bank card that has been removed from your hand. I was shocked for half a day. I tried to hold my breath and ask where you spent the money. Can I get it back? The phone was silent for a long time. And suddenly she said, Gypsy, if you say you've spent all your money and can't get it back. When I heard that she had spent all her money, my first thought was that the money was gone. My grandmother won't be able to operate. I will lose the last one. The judge saw that I never said anything. Use a soft voice to tell you. I didn't tell you I was wrong. But now the money's gone. I won't blame you. Even though Sao doesn't have a lot of money. Wait until later to make money. I didn't wait for the judge to say it all and hang up the phone. I stood in front of the hospital checkout. Less dynamic. Suddenly the phone has a message. Pub aquatic wear. Room 602 is a surprise. Strange phone numbers, confusing content. I don't understand why. There's insecurity in my heart. I stood there for a few seconds and I left the hospital. Take a taxi straight to the bar. And here's the test. I asked her bad friends out to celebrate my and her 1-year anniversary. The door to the room was slowly pushed out. People look at the sound. I saw a thin figure standing silently at the door. When I saw the person at the door, it was the police officer. Stood up quickly and walked to the door. Her face was full of confusion and panic. I don't know why I suddenly showed up here. The ghost of Kyuvai is full of panic. She unconsciously reached out her hand and wanted to hold mine. But I avoided it. My heart is down. She hastily grabbed my hand, explaining the gangster. It's not like that. I hear you explain. I look at my girlfriend in front of me. Suddenly a gentle smile said Kwon Kyuvai. Let's break up. Very soft but very steady voice. The judge was surprised at first. And then you keep shaking your head. No, I didn't break up. God, I can explain. I can really explain. I strongly believe that the hand of Kyuvai. Soft but very steady voice Kyuvai. You let me go. I only have one request. Give me back the money. Dating for a year, I have a strong sense of the one is my one. Once you decide what to do, I can't change either. I said I want to break up. There is absolutely no turning back. But she didn't want to break up with me. It was hard for her to be with me forever. She prayed to Xinjiang God. Please don't break up. His eyes swept across the people in the room. We finally stopped in the middle. He's in a corner that the police can't see. Towards me with a sarcastic smile. His mouth moved. Seems to be saying you won't fight me. I didn't pay attention to him. I looked at him. Slowly open your mouth without breaking up. So now I'm giving you 100 million. You only need 100 million. My face looks a little awkward. Could you please wait one more day? How much money do you need tomorrow? I can give it to you. Please. I hope to look at her weakly uttered a sentence. Judge Kyuvai, I just need the money in my bank card. Give me the money back. The police are still trying to keep it up. But now the phone I planted. I saw the call in a moment. I didn't hesitate to pick up the phone. The other end of the line doesn't know what to say. My face immediately turned pale. Turn around. But his wrist was seized by Kyuvai. She begged Xinjiang God. I didn't break up and wait until tomorrow. Give me as much money as you want. I turned my head and looked at her. Then he slapped her hard. Our investigation is completely over. When I finished, I held her hand. Don't turn around and leave. I hurried out of the bar. It's late at night. The taxi is also rare. Last call was from the hospital. The doctor said my grandmother's condition was getting worse. Tell me to get to the hospital quickly. When I heard this, I just felt like the sky was falling. I rushed to the hospital. There is absolutely no time to think. It's between me and the judge. Wait more than 10 minutes. One car road. There's only one Maybach that comes slowly from a distance. I need to go to the hospital now. Bite your teeth and run out in the middle of the sound of the brakes flashing against the quiet street. I slowly opened my eyes. I saw the Maybach stop. Not 5 centimeters from me. Almost crashed me. I didn't have time to run to the side of the car. and knock on the driver's seat window. The window fell and the driver looked anxiously at me and asked the boy, "You don't know?" I said, "Sister, could you please take me to the hospital?" The driver looked at the back seat. There sat an elegant, temperamental woman. The driver must listen to the woman in the back. So I went directly to the back seat and knocked on the window. "Miss, could you please take me for a ride? My grandmother is in serious trouble and I'm going to the hospital. Please help me." The driver couldn't help but be moved. The woman gently nods the driver happily in her lap. "Hurry up," and asked me to sit in the chair. I just sat in and smelled a nice smell. That made my restless mood gradually calm down. The car is speeding along the road. Half an hour later, the car stopped in front of the hospital. I hurriedly thanked Batch and got out of the car. I ran straight to the operating room. The driver watched my back leave. He looked at her in the back seat and asked her, "We are now." The driver didn't say anything. I saw the white man in the back seat opening the car door. "Go into the hospital." The driver did not dare to delay Theo getting out of the car. Two people quickly found, and standing in front of the operating room, my grandmother was taken to the emergency room. I just arrived. A nurse rushed out, told me to pay for the surgery. I'm holding the bill. The fingers are almost white, because I have absolutely no money right now. White Peacock's voice echoed behind the family. "Go to checkout." The driver immediately moved forward. "Take the bill from my hand. Go to the checkout quickly." I waited to see the white peach with slightly red eyes. "Open your mouth and say thank you." "Really, thank you." The expression of the tongue does not change. Just take out a clean handkerchief from your pocket, put it in front of me and say nothing. I took the handkerchief, the throat as if something were choking uncomfortably. At this moment, the warmth accumulates in my heart because the kindness of strangers has completely exploded. White language looks at me. They didn't say a word of comfort. Just quietly stand by me, companion. The family quickly returned. She first looked at the white peach, then come to my side and comfort me and stop crying. "The fee has been paid in full. Your grandmother certainly won't." My tears dropped with no intention of stopping. I saw that the white lotus language went to the Yang family. "You two whisper a few words." The family with a smile left. 10 minutes later, Yang family, holding a bag of clothes, running fast back. She stuffed hot milk tea in my hand. "Drink some milk tea to warm your stomach." I looked red in the eyes and said thank you. But listen to Yang family say this is the boss. "Tell me to buy." I looked at the white man and said thank you. I don't know how many times I said thank you tonight. 2 hours later, the operating room door is finally opening. The doctor came out. I nervously looked at the doctor. Asked the doctor how my grandmother is. The doctor's face was full of sadness. "We did our best." My legs were limp and I almost fell. My father immediately came up to support me. My tears fall again. Doctors are used to this scene. The old man has some time. "Goodbye, all of you." Not long after my grandmother was pushed out, I followed my grandmother to the aphasia ward. The family of course followed. "But you didn't go to the hospital." Just standing at the hospital door. In the hospital room, I put my grandmother's wrinkled hands pressed against my face. I clenched my grandmother's hand as if it wasn't tight enough. My grandmother will leave me. But I know, this is just self-deception. "Grandmother," my voice is choking. In the hospital bed, his face turned pale. I hear my voice slowly opening my eyes. When I see my crying red eyes, grandmother's face with a gentle smile, as before stroking my face gently. "Why cry? Is there an AI bullying Jang God?" I told her, "I'll help you out." My tears are like a string of broken jewels. I can't stop falling. I said to my grandmother, "Don't leave me, okay?" Grandmother's eyes are a little wet. She tried to raise her hand and gently stroke my head. "I can't be with you anymore. Dear, please don't go." I heard my cry from the hospital room. I can't help but have red eyes outside. The expression of the white tongue has not changed at all, but her eyes are always on me. "Take the straw for testing." Her voice echoed through the quiet hallway. The family was shocked at first, then immediately adjust the status. "Say yes, boss." The family holds the cup of milk tea I just drank. He looked at me in the hospital room, as if whispering. In the hospital room, I held my grandmother's hand. It's like being cut by 1,000 knives. Pain to the bleeding. My grandmother looked at me so heartbroken. The tears also unconsciously flowed out. She looked at me lovingly. Say, can't see. It's a shame that your genie got married. It's not with Sao. I heard my grandmother talking about her. The eyes dodged a little. My grandmother didn't say anything, but I seemed to feel something. She sighed. If you're not happy, break up. I just want you to be happy. I sobbed directly into my grandmother's lap. I cried for a while and my grandmother calmed down. She gave me her gentle hand to wipe away tears. You don't have much time. I have something to say to you. I cry out loud, but still holding back tears. She said, I'm listening. When you're gone, you have to take good care of yourself. Finding someone to love the person you love is even more important. That way you can be safe. I cried and nodded. You will live well. There was a small box under her bed. There's all your savings in there. What I don't regret the most in this life, it's picking me up on the side of the road. I'd be happy to thank you if you hadn't brought me home. I can't live until now. My grandmother caresses my face. My eyes are cloudy, carefully watching me from head to toe over and over again. Then slowly close it. The hand that was caressing me also slowly dropped. I looked at my grandmother who closed her eyes. It hurts so much that I can't say a word. Tears that blur vision. I gently rested my head on my grandmother. Keep your unconscious voice down, Mom. I will definitely live well. Don't worry. Go. Outside the hospital room. I walked in. He tried to open his mouth but was interrupted. The family looked into the hospital room. Immediately understand what happened. Stand silently on one side. The white man looked at me in the hospital room. Beautiful eyes rippling up small ripples. I went out and saw that you were still there. Not out of surprise. Miss, you haven't gone yet. Does the surgery cost need help? The white peacock's voice interrupted me. I looked at the white language. After a long time, the voice softened. Can you lend me more money? I want to send my grandmother away nicely. White words can be said. Then she took out a business card. Put it in front of me. I've been in the mountains these days. Contact me if you need anything. I took a card and looked at it. This name suits her very well. Thank you, Miss White. I will repay the loan. You hear that? Batch Peacock nodded. Grandmother didn't say anything. I got the money and started taking care of my grandmother. My grandmother has no family in this city, so I decided to cremate my grandmother. Then find a place to paint. Find a grave for your grandmother so she can rest in peace. From the crematorium staff. Take for the bones of Grandma. I hugged her tight and whispered, Granny, I'm taking you home. I called a taxi. Bring me back to my grandmother's house. Just at the door, I met an unexpected person, questioning Kiyu Vi today. It's not the image I saw in a year. She's got a whole body right now. I wear expensive Dior bags. She looks like a rich lady. The police officer from a distance saw me get out of the taxi, but don't notice what I'm holding in my arms. Until it gets close, she saw me holding the box. On the box is obviously a picture of my grandmother. The police officer stood there for a long time. I opened my grandmother's mouth and didn't look at her. It's going straight through her, towards the house. The judge reacted immediately to the chase. Her face was a little panicked. The face is also a bit pale. I haven't found you in days. Because my grandmother died, right? I still didn't say anything. Get the key to the door. Hugging box, let the core go in. The judge hesitated for a second and chased him in. She's embarrassed. Follow me. Look at me. Carefully put your grandmother's bones on the table. Photo on the box for the bone opposite her. The police officer did not dare to look. I turned my head. I can't help but look at Kiyu Vi. The judge's voice was distant and cold. Listen to the way I call her. She panicked and held my hand. But I was kicked out by Kiyu Fei. Don't force me to hate you. Judge Kiyu Fei, it's like I did something wrong to her. Judge Kiao Fei, don't act like a victim. From beginning to end, the person who was hurt is not me. Judge Kiyu Vi retracts his face. She wants to be the same as before. It's enough for me to forgive. But when you see my cold eyes, I'm sorry. Grandmother, you must be heartbroken to leave, right? I'm sorry for the hardest time. I can't be with you. And I'm not moved, I'm quietly looking at her. Suddenly with an ironic smile. You make me feel disgusted in the impression. I've never been so hard on her. Half a day later, he still hasn't recovered. Judge Q-Vi, you go. I don't want to see you again. Q-Vi panicked soul holding my wrist. To plead humbly. I'm really sorry. Can you forgive me this time? I know your grandmother's death was a blow to you. Did you know that night? Why am I asking you to pay? Topic moved too fast, a little bit of a catch-up. There's still a vagueness in her eyes. I unconsciously shook her hand out as firmly as that night. Because you spent all your money saving your grandmother's life. If grandma could have surgery sooner, maybe she didn't leave me. This is like a bomb exploding in the heart. She was stunned and couldn't believe looking at me. After a long time, she cried. I'm fooling you, right? I looked at the judge who cheated on himself, coldly shaking his head. Throw another bomb. The night I left the bar. She went to a hotel with another man, right? The blood on the face is slowly receding. Her eyes dodged. It's obviously a mistake. Actually, the day my grandmother died, I got a picture. In the photo of Q-Vi, based on a man, neck full of sweet red stains sleeping. At that time, I was desperate for her. When I see the picture in my heart without a ripple, the judge knows he has absolutely no hope, but she still doesn't want to give up. I was the only man who made her heart flutter. Why did she give up? Jiang God, I really can't be without you. Can you forgive me this time? My grandmother is no more, but I have you. I will treat you well in the future. I will definitely treat you well. Finished. A few steps forward. Hands to embrace me. I directly avoided. Turned people to run, but was interrogated by Q-Vi, grabbed by the wrist. She used some strength to plunge into my lap. The 3 days in a row, I was exhausted. I can't get out of the hands of the devil. She looked at my lips closely. The eyes are a little sad. Slowly tiptoed to kiss. I realized the intention of the judge Q-Vi. The movement of the Vi slightly stopped. Then there's madness in my eyes. Jiang God, I really love you. If only you had me. I won't leave you. I didn't have time to react. She pushed him to the ground. Suddenly a shadow came in from the door. A very strong hand is pressing on me. When the judge did not have time to react, a slap in her face. I got up from the couch. Suddenly the white language appeared. There's a little surprise. Miss Bai, one of my hands is pushing me to the ground. The surrounding air started to get cold. She looked at the white spoon that suddenly appeared. Look at our acquaintance again. For a moment she felt her mind warmed up. Even forced mouth to speak. I am in a hurry to leave you. I found the next one. Is this woman richer than you? My son is a rich man. Of course, look out. How expensive are the clothes on the aphrodisiac? I looked at her angrily. Get out of here. The judge also regretted it. But Ra's words cannot be recorded. She glanced at me again. Just can't commit to leave. In the room there was only Batch Peacock and me. Even though I was desperate for her. But my heart, still because of her last mouth tie. Feeling uneasy, the white man put his handkerchief in front of me. Softly opened the words, I see you cry every time I see you. I didn't respond, only lost white tears say no. Not later. I'll never cry again. The white man looked at me deeply and said nothing. Just quietly put away the handkerchief. I adjust my mood to see the language. Miss White, did you come to see me? White language does not speak long. Towards the shop door. The court took a document and went in. White Peacock receives documents directly in front of me. I suspect it's open. In the document bag is a DNA test result. The test results showed the probability of having a blood relationship is 99.99%, meaning I and the person tested had a father-son relationship. I looked at the white language. So you want to tell me I'm your 7-year-old brother? The first word is stunned. Then the corners of the mouth curl up into beautiful curves. In a moment, I just feel in front of my eyes like flowers bloom. I can't believe this noble cold girl. It's so beautiful to laugh, but the beauty is fleeting. The white language quickly retracts its smile, like her eyebrows with some extra tenderness. To say seriously, you're my 7-year-old brother. Your family and I have been best friends for a long time. I get it. My sister and I are best friends. So she's just helping to find people. But why do you know? I'm your best friend's brother. White language looks at my face. What did you look like when you were young? So I guess you may be the lost child of my friend's family. I looked at the document in my hand. It is still difficult to digest news. Find biological parents. Slowly open your mouth to see me like that. As soon as there's a DNA test. I've informed your family. I know they are on their way now. Maybe I'll come find you tomorrow. I heard that my parents are coming. I said in my heart without wavering, it's definitely fake. My grandmother didn't hide that I was picked up. My grandmother said that when I found it, I called the police. But the police couldn't find the family that lost the child. There's no news about my biological parents. After finding some time, my grandmother gave up on helping me find my biological parents. Choose to adopt yourself. Sorry I took it upon myself. Thatch Peacock's clear voice cut the line. My thoughts. I gently shake my head. You didn't do anything wrong, the white man continued. Do you want to see them? I was silent for a moment, gently shaking his head without knowing. My grandmother just lost her mind. I'm a little confused. White language nods. I understand. It's hard to make you suddenly accept it all. You can think slowly. Whether they will come tomorrow. I said. Can you give me a night to think? The corners of the mouth are slightly raised. It's your right. So I don't bother you anymore. I sent the white peacock out the door. Before she gets in the car, I called her back Miss Batch. Thank you, Miss White, for your kind words. Then get your head in the car. The family turned and smiled at me, then drove off to the table. Hugging box. Let grandmother's bones go towards the bedroom. Put the box for the bones at the head of the bed. My finger glides gently across the bottom of the box. Eyes down. Don't know what you're thinking. I took out from under the bed a little box. It's a very old iron cake box. I carefully wipe the dust off it. Gently open the iron box inside. There is not much. Not a very new amount of money. Neatly wrapped in a handkerchief. A photo. A red bag and an envelope. When you see these things, the corners of the eyes can't help but heat up. I took those pictures. That's a handful of photos of my grandmother and me together. In the picture of my narcissistic grandmother, I smiled happily. My fingers are soft, flirting through grandma's face in the photo. A tear fell on the photo. More and more tears fell. I wiped my tears and carefully wiped the photo. Put it away, and I'll take the envelope. My grandmother is illiterate, probably can't write a letter. There's a letter in the box. Slowly opening the envelope, inside was indeed a letter. It's a letter my grandmother asked me to write for her while she was alive. My grandmother said in the letter, you know you can't stay with me too long. I hope after you leave, I can rely on what's in the red bag. Find your biological parents. My grandmother told me in the letter she picked me up that year. And the original stuff on me. It's all in the box. I finished reading the letter. Take that red bag and open it. In my pocket is a key. Very sophisticated. The lock that died when my grandmother found me. Wearing it around my neck. On the back is a name. It's also a coincidence. My grandmother is also Jiang, so she named me Gypsy. The next day I decided. My grandmother wanted me to find my real parents and reunited with them. Then I will obey. It's not like your parents will come to see you. So I'm going to see them. But I also think very clearly. If my biological parents show even a little bit that they don't want me, I'm not going back to them. I'd rather live alone. Better than going home with people who don't accept me. The next afternoon I was going out. Someone knocked on my door. I just opened the door and saw you standing there. In which a middle-aged couple. It makes me feel familiar. Especially middle-aged couples. Looks a little like me. The woman immediately came up and hugged me. My son has finally found you. My body stiffened for a moment. Unconsciously refusing physical contact with strangers. But Jiang's mother's cry by the ear. It makes me a little emotional. He wants to push the opponent out, but his hands don't move. The more Jiang's mother cried, hot tears soaked my shoulders. I hesitated to raise my hand and gently patted Jiang's mother on the back. Don't cry anymore. A sentence that makes Jiang's mother cry harder. His eyes were red next to his father, but more restrained than Jiang's mother. I've noticed my discomfort. Jiang's father took a step forward and pulled Jiang's mother into his lap. Come on, they have threatened our precious son. Jiang's mother immediately wiped her tears. That's right. Don't threaten our son. I remember inviting everyone into the house and go back to the kettle. Jiang and everyone went into the small house. Look at your surroundings simply. Jiang's mother's tears fell again. The small house is old and shabby, but cleaned up. My son doesn't have to suffer like that. In the heart of the Jiang family, almost everyone thinks so. This time the whole family came. Jiang's parents and 2 children came. I heard brother 7 lost has been found. My real brother Gypsy Duong, Jiang's biological sister, they all quit their jobs. Follow your parents to the north. Just opened the door and you saw my face. Was able to identify the boy in front of me is actually the precious child of the Jiang family lost 7, because my face looked so much like Jiang's mother when I was young. Plus the eucalyptus DNA test report. This is already a nail in the pile. I saw where my brother had lived for many years. You're starting to feel sorry for me. The lost brother has now been found. In the kitchen I watched the kettle boil for half a day. Though that, I was prepared to meet my biological parents. But when you're actually standing in front of me, I feel so close to home that I'm timid. There are usually few guests in the house, so there is no full set of pots. I found a couple of teacups at 6 o'clock. My mother saw me in a hurry. Jiang Cheng Yang, very meticulous. Take the tray from my hand. Let you and Jiang's mother pull me. Sit on the only small sofa in the house. Others are also very self-conscious to find a seat. On everyone's face, there's absolutely no disdain for this shabby place. On the contrary, in eyes full of pity, I was embarrassed to fix my nose. Sorry, the house is small. Jiang's mother looked at me politely away from her. I can't help but have red eyes. I didn't take good care of you. Let me suffer so much. I saw Jiang's mother was about to cry again. It is also a little sad in my heart. Maybe it's your mother's connection. I gently patted her on the back. Don't cry anymore. A mother's voice made Jiang's mother forget her tears. She looked at me with joy. Oh my gosh, I called you. The Jiang family is also very happy. Jiang's father couldn't help it either. Sit down on my other side. Put your hand on me. I looked at Jiang's expecting eyes. I can't wait to make you 7. I also called a dad. Jiang father a big man. Hear me call a father. Direct red eyes turn face to wipe the corners of the wet eyes. Jiang Guoyang looked at me and smiled gracefully. You were so kind to laugh at me. I look at you with kindness. A smile from the bottom of my heart. Jiang's mother saw that I quickly accepted them, happy to put my arms around me. But it's like thinking, something a little hesitant. I took the initiative to hug Jiang's mother. Her tears are like a waterfall hugging me, sobbing. On one side, Jiang X Yang also shed tears. See this scene? Gypsy blinking eyes. You can see from beginning to end very quietly. Silently standing on one side is the white spoon. She also quietly looked at me on the couch. Your face is pale, but you can also see it. She's touched by her best friend Jiang Gonfei. One found my 7 lost brother. This time I really thank you. Jiang Lin said very sincerely. Apricot language restores eyes. Suddenly he clapped her on the shoulder twice. Jiang's mother cried for a moment and held my hand, carefully asking about my 25+ life. I'm not hiding anything. Tell me about how I was picked up by my grandmother. I was raised by my grandmother. They all tell a story. I only give the good news, not the bad news. Talk about your life over the years with your grandmother. But I don't really need to talk. The Jiang family also knows that many years my grandmother and I have interacted. It's certainly not easy. For fear of me temporarily not to accept my own identity. So don't keep talking about it. Jiang family, I am so grateful to my grandmother for finding me. You gave me a new life. And she raised me very well. Father Jiang opened his mouth. We really owe you a lot. I remember my grandmother in my heart starting to get sad. Jiang's mother saw that and patted my back. Don't be sad, we'll find the best granny cemetery. I'm a little excited to hear that. Jiang's mother nodded. Talk about the city with your parents. And can you? I was mentally prepared to leave with my biological parents. Now I know they want me home. I didn't refuse to leave the Jiang family either. There are no people here and it's something worth keeping in mind. I'm going home with everyone. I agree to go with you. The Jiang family is definitely the most fun. I immediately took out the phone. Started to arrange Jiang and Jiang X Yang's mother. Please help me pack my small bag. While packing up, my phone kept ringing, just looking at one. then quietly switch the phone to silent mode. I plan before I leave. I changed my current phone number to completely cut off from the people and the work here. Say one last goodbye. 1 hour later, I brought my grandmother's bones and a small amount of luggage. Get on the plane to the airport. My wife and I just left. The police arrived at the door of the small house. I just got off the bus and knocked on my door. But no matter how she knocks, there's no AI to open the door. Jiang God, it's me. You open the door. Can we talk nicely? Jiang, I really know why. Don't ignore me, okay? I don't want to break up, the judge said to himself at the door. But the house is silent. Escort team then also comes. I can see that you are still in love like that. He lightly bit his teeth. In my heart. Clearly jealous, I can't stand. You have to keep that kind and generous expression on your face. The sky, thunder and heavy rain. Talk about coming, she was directly wet like a rat. That's why I took the umbrella from the driver. Cover over the head of Kyuvai. It's raining in Kyuvai. Can we get in the shelter? I don't need you to care. I must be forgiven by God today. Young people close their eyes to Kyuvai. I'm just a guy who turns his head and looks at him. I don't understand why. If it wasn't for Jiang, I wouldn't have left you. It's all because of you. It's all because of you. But it's all because of you. You're already my fiancé. We're the ones getting married. The police suddenly seem to be agitated. She turns the cool red-eyed teen. I'll never marry you. Young teen, threatened by the current appearance of Kyuvai judge, he suddenly threw the umbrella in his hand. Come to embrace Kyuvai. After the car arrives at the airport, I brought my old phone with me. Put it in the airport trash together. I didn't turn around and bring my grandmother's bones, and with the Jiang family on a flight to the capital. This is my first time on a plane. I feel like everything is new. See what I look like. The Jiang family is sorry. Their precious child has never even gone far. Never been on a plane either. You don't have to treat him better. I don't know what the Jiang family thinks, just quietly sitting in a chair. The Bach family and the Jiang family are both rich families. Travel must be first class. I wouldn't have thought of this before. 25 lives saved before makes me unconsciously a little constricted. Back to the Jiang and Bach language families. They seem calm. I've been used to this kind of treatment for a long time. It feels real right now. Yourself differently than before. Gypsy is a girl. Realized my somewhat constricted state. I immediately realized I might not be used to it, so she stood up and sat next to me. You're not used to it, are you? I didn't expect it. Jiang Lin discovered his abnormality. I hesitated a little. I'm really not used to it. Did you make people lose face? Smiling softly and softly. To hold my hand tight. No, don't lose face. My house is very good. I'm just not used to it now. You will get used to it. And I will teach you. I looked at Gypsy softly. In my heart, this is the feeling of having a sister. Heart Jiang soft and soft. This is the feeling of having a brother. A few hours later, the plane landed safely at the airport. Of course, one follow their house. Take the VIP entrance to leave. Everyone came to the capital. It was evening. I'm curious to see a completely foreign city in front of me, but there's no stress. This is where I should have grown up. Outside the airport's VIP aisle, there were some cars waiting there. A middle-aged man who looks like a butler. When I saw Jiang's father, everyone immediately laughed. Boss. Miss Boss. This is the first time I've ever been called two young men. This feeling is quite new, but I still smiled politely at the butler. The butler was stunned. He obviously didn't expect it. Two young men were found. Again, such a polite person. The jealousy of the Jiang family is strong. How many years had the two boys been out there? But the other elite jealousy in the bones hasn't changed either. The space inside the car is large enough. Sitting the whole house plus white language is still abundant. The whole Jiang family. No one wants to split up with me in two cars. So Chin's all in a car. White speech is also very self-aware. Get in the Jiang family car. There's obviously a lot of empty cars. I met the Jiang family in the morning. I haven't had a chance yet. Talk to the white peacock in a few sentences. Now, the white man is sitting across from me. I smiled and said batch. Thank you, a thank you that includes a lot of things. Thank you for helping my grandmother. Thanks for helping me find it. The family used to pay for her grandmother's surgery. I've borrowed money from everyone around me. Before leaving the north, I was going to pay for each house, but was informed by his brother. These debts have all been paid in full. The Jiang family thanks for the help of those people. And some more gifts, thank you. To this, they once again feel the value of their home. Jiang with me, I looked up at the white language. Clearly still that noble cold face. But I'm looking at some of the tender parts. There's nothing that should be done. I feel my heart beating 2 beats faster. A little embarrassed to bow, I dare not look at the White House anymore. On one side, Jiang's mother saw exchanged eyes with Jiang's father. They understand the meaning in each other's eyes. They both looked at each other laughing. His eyes looked at me and the white man. More tender love. Flexible look interactive. Between best friend and brother, also silently slipping lips. I don't know how long it took. The environment outside the car is becoming more remote. The city has been replaced by trees. I suspect or turn my head to look weak. Smiling and rubbing my head, I said from here on out. This mountain is the property of the White family. Old villa of the Jiang and Batch family. They're all built on it. I was surprised to open my mouth in a circle. I know the Batch family and the Jiang family are rich, but owning the mountain is a bit of an exaggeration. But actually, this is just the tip of the iceberg. The top family doesn't just talk. We're going up the mountain for another half an hour. In the distance, I saw a large iron gate. Follow the car to the iron gate, slowly open. 2 luxury villas in front of you. To be more precise, it's 2 luxurious Chinese gardens. Lie parallel to each other. Small bridge of mountain stream, fake sand. I got out of the car and looked at the exquisite architecture. Everyone is stupid. Jiang's mother held my hand, gently laughing. Jiang God. This is my home. On the left is Batch's old house. On the right is our old house. I looked at the 2 buildings almost exactly the same. The Batch family and the Jiang family are not ashamed of their name. The fact that they are close together has. Even the old mansion is identical. Suddenly from the mansion on the left, some people came out, headed by a gentle old gentleman. Batch's grandmother wears a red dress, rushing towards us. Behind her, there was also a middle-aged couple and some servants. Slow down. It's too late to see my nephew-in-law. My face is full of bewilderment. My brother Jiang x Yang Sao, my eyes, and Jiang x Yang stood on one side. The 2 of you standing together really deserve it. I recognized my brother's eyes. Jiang x Yang immediately went to the side for a few steps to widen the distance between myself and the white. I'm wondering. I saw my grandmother Batch directly in front of me. Judge me from head to toe over and over again. My nephew-in-law is handsome. I'm full of question marks in my head. The son-in-law in the old man's mouth was actually me. I think I was a senior. Greeting is definitely not wrong. Unexpected result, just uttered 2 words, grandmother. Grandmother Batch's eyes immediately lit up. She bragged to everyone. My niece-in-law calls me grandmother. The Batch family now chase. Listening to their grandmother, Batch helplessly shook his head. I'm a little confused by this. What's the situation now? I have had a marriage since childhood. What is your grandmother going to say? Suddenly White Peaches slowly opened his mouth. My grandmother has just returned. Don't scare him to see his niece speak. Batch's grandmother looked at her niece and her nephew-in-law, the white peacock who spoke to the Jiang family. Uncle Jane, take your grandmother and parents home first. It's been hard for you these days. Let's eat together in a few days. After I finished talking, I turned my grandmother's hand. Take the Batch family and leave. The poor Batch family. I can't tell my son-in-law a thing. She was forcibly taken away by her daughter. Jiang's mother took my hand and walked towards the house on the right. I saw 2 lines of people standing at the main gate. Everyone just got close. 2 people